Celebrity justice.
Keep your eyes on the road, cowboy.
Too Fast, Too Furious, the blockbuster street racing sequel, took in more than $125 million. But talk about a drag. A guy says Universal lifted the idea from him, and now he wants payback.
You're in.
It blew away moviegoers with radical street racing scenes. It gave Vin Diesel a supercharged start to his movie career. But the Fast and the Furious only infuriated this street racer.
They took my work, spliced it, did whatever they could to try to, throw me off and camouflage it. But I recognized my baby.
Ray Anthony Williams is suing Universal because he claims the studio ripped off his script called Bet, based on his real-life experiences as an outlaw street racer, and turned it into The Fast and the Furious.
Went to the movie. I began to try and take notes, but it was so overwhelming, I just threw my pen and legal pad, just threw everything to the floor. It hurts, man.
Williams claims he was working as a messenger for a courier service when he met a Universal Studios employee who agreed to try to get a green light from the studio. Williams believes producers read his script and liked it enough to steal it. About a year later, the movie came out.
I was in my car, and I turned the radio on. I hear Vin Diesel reciting some of my dialogue. We're speaking verbatim, word for word. There was the infamous line, the catchphrase, 10 seconds or less. I looked on page 6, line 16, 17, there it was right there. I need 10 seconds or less.
So at the suggestion of his producing partner, Andre Alexin, Williams contacted the studio. Incredibly, they say the studio ignored them and raced ahead with a sequel, Too Fast, Too Furious. So Williams sued over both films.
They said, well, it's somewhat different. And I said to them, well, you know what? You can steal a man's car. You can paint it another color, you can put different rims on it, it still belongs to the man who has the pink, and he's got the pink in the title.
Now, Williams and Alexin, who race classic cars, are planning to make Bet on their own. They'll star in it themselves, and they say they'll do it the right way. Not with the Japanese vehicles Universal used, but with good old American muscle.
They could put any of those guys in any of the cars that was in that film. I'll pick out one of my little puppies right here. We can get the president, see if we can get us a permit. We can set up a quarter mile, and we can do the thing. They show me what's fast and what they think is furious. I'm gonna show you what to bet on. This is the way we ride right here, man.
And Universal says it does not.
Check it. I'm back. Ray Anthony Williams, or family and friends, they call me Raw. Raw comes from my initials, R-A-W. From Ray Anthony Williams. God bless you. The first time we spoke, the first time I spoke, introduced myself to you, those of you who don't know me. I gave like a bit of, history, give you an idea, where I'm from, what I'm about, and how did I come about the art of street racing. I explained all that. So enough of that. Let's get down to business. Like in the last segment, I clearly stated, I will expose you. I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure the whole wide world fully understands where I'm coming from. Y'all, meaning the whole public, the whole wide world, you were lied to, you were misled, you did not receive the quality film that you were entitled to see. I myself, I'm a perfectionist, I'm an original. A lot of my folks, family, friends, they call me OG because I can't stand to redo stuff, I can't stand to bite off somebody else's work. God bless me with a gift to write, create. And that's something else. As we continue to go forward, you will learn that no matter what I do, I always put my Heavenly Father in the equation. I can't go wrong. So like I stated, I'm a perfectionist. It got to be right. You were lied, you were misled too. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring you the real deal. So I have some documents here, some copyright documents. We're going to start with that first. Show you where clearly you will see that my work was created well before theirs, meaning my copyrights. Then I'm going to go on and a little beyond that point, then we're going to get into the comparisons where I'm going to show you footage of the film, excerpts from the film, and then I will take that and show you exactly where the same action or dialogue, whatever appeared in the film, I'm going to take and show you where it appears in my script. All right? This is the real deal. God bless you. Check it. Okay, the first document we have here, I want you to pay very close attention to the date right here. I believe this was January 1996. This document was my original synopsis. Before I was going to entitle my film Bet, I was going to call it Break 'em Off Something Proper. So of course you can see the title right here. But again, that date right there, very important you see that, because again, this date comes well before Universal's copyright date. Check it. Okay, here's another document, my Writers Guild of America document. Notice here, we have WGA, that's who I'm registered, that's who I registered my script with. Here, the title of my script, Bet. Then we go a little over to the right, there's the date, which is September 1996. Again, I'm proving to you that my document is well established before Universal's date. Check it. Okay, here's another document I have here from the Writers Guild of America. We can zoom in, you can get that best you can. It's my registration certificate. Writers Guild, after so many years, you have to start over again with your copyright. You know, you have to register again. And if you come on down a little further, again, there's my title script, Bet. Then to the right, lower right, there's a date, I believe it's June of 2000. And again, I'm proving to you that these dates are well before Universal's dates. I want you to see for yourself. Check it. Okay, now, this is where things are starting to get very interesting. Again, keep in mind, you remember the dates of my documents. I'm going to prove to you right now that my work was established well before their date. This is the registered works of Universal. The film was called Red Line, and as you can see here, the writers, you have Gary Scott Thompson, revisions by Eric Bergquist, John Pogue, David Ayer, Kirill Salim, or Solemn, whatever. The description, I believe the script is 115 pages, and the claimant who's claiming ownership of this work is Universal City Studios Incorporation, parentheses, employer for hire. Now let's come down to this next line, line 2. The title now is called The Fast and the Furious, also known as Red Line. You have Gary Scott Thompson as the writer, revisions, Eric Bergquist, John Pogue, David Ayer, Kirill Salim, again, whatever. And note the date here is November of 2000. Again, September 8th, 2000, and November 2000. I just showed you copyright documents that was established back in '96. I mean, just some dates. Actually, my work was created well before that. So again, I want you to see for yourselves and check it. Okay, now we're going to get to the comparisons. This is where it's all at. This is where we put it all on the line right now. Universal cannot dispute any of these documents, especially these comparisons. In no shape, form, or fashion, they will not have a defense for this. So let's get right to it, all right? Now we're talking about the meat and potatoes. Check it. As you can see here, this is our first comparison. You have downtown LA, you can see the skyscrapers, the high-rise buildings, etc. And you probably could barely see it, but right here, there's a hillside, you know, around Dodger Stadium. Dodger Stadium is a little to the left right here, but pay very close attention to this hillside, the greenery, and the skyscrapers. Now I'm going to my comparison list, and I'm going to show you where that appears in my script. My comparison list is going to give me a number, a line, and a page number where I can find the same information right here on screen. Okay, let's see. High-rise apartment buildings and skyscrapers, page 1, line 16 and 17. Let me go to my script and go to that page. Okay, you see, this is page 1, line 16, 17. It says, we see high-rise apartment buildings and skyscrapers of downtown Los Angeles and the Harbor and 105 freeways. Verbatim. Check it. Okay, I want you to pay close attention to this scene right here. The car pulls up, exhibiting a nice profile. You got Paul Walker in deep concentration. He's looking straight ahead. Check it. Okay, Paul in deep concentration and intense look on his face. Paul Walker. Here it is in my script, page 6, line 27, 28. My character, Drew. He has a very intense look. He's in deep concentration. Okay, in this scene here, Paul Walker, he's going to lose control of his car. Then he's going to bang on the dashboard with an outburst. Okay, now remember, in that scene, you saw Paul Walker lose control, and when he stopped, he banged on the dashboard and he said the S word. Okay, on page 7, line 20, excuse me, page 27, line 27 in my bed script, it says, interior Giz's car, Giz bangs his right fist on the dashboard. And in line 30, Giz has an outburst and he says the D word. Okay, in this scene, you're going to have Vin Diesel, the Dominic Toretto character. He's going to walk out with a shotgun. And then I'm going to pause. And then I'm going to show you in my script where they got that from.
Don't put the gun down now!
Okay, in page 108, line 2 and 3, it says Raw, line 2, Raw, as he walks to the front of his car, opening the trunk, in highlight, it says, pulls out a chrome sawed-off 12-gauge shotgun. Okay, in this scene, you're going to have Vin Diesel pop a wheelie. As you can see, he's on a wheelie, which is a fake wheelie. Okay, in page 103 out of my bed script, we have here popping a wheelie. Okay, in this scene, a train is coming and Brian and Toretto, they make it across just in time. Okay, in my script, page 20, line 20 and 21, it says, a train is coming, but they make it across the tracks just in time. My work in Universal's work, they share striking similarities, elements of plot theme, characters, the storylines of dialogue, and many other elements have been copied without my consent.